Well, people, Trump has now referred to himself as a king. Yes, today on Truth Social, he tweets, congestion pricing is dead. Manhattan and all of New York is saved. And then he wrote, long live the king, in all capital letters. He act like he solved world hunger and found the cure for AIDS and cancer. Let me explain to you all what congestion pricing is so you can just see how minuscule this is in a larger scope of what's really happening in this world. Congestion pricing in New York City, also known as the Central Business District Tolling Program, it began on January 5th of this year, 2025. It applies to most motor vehicular traffic using the Central Business District area of Manhattan, south of 60th Street, okay? Known as the Congestion Relief Zone. And this congestion pricing was put in place in an effort to encourage commuters to use public transportation instead. Okay? That's it. So because he killed congestion pricing, he's a king? Something so this is what I'm saying. When do you all understand the mind of a narcissist? Again, he's patting himself on the back for something so very small in the scope of what's happening in other parts of the world where there are wars. He still has not spoken to any of the family members of any of the plane crashes, especially the one in Washington, D.C. He has now spent over $10 million just the other day of taxpayers' money driving around with the Secret Service motorcade in a racetrack. Not to mention the waste, the fiscal waste of taxpayers' money going and attending a Super Bowl. But yet, he has appointed someone, an oligarch, Elon Musk, to cut down on government spending and to, quote, drain the swamp of unnecessary spending in Washington. But yet, all we see, people losing their jobs, programs being cut. People, this man referred to himself as a king for a task as minor as, let me tell you, as minor as congestion pricing is dead. Not world peace or the war in Ukraine, or I have assigned more aviation specialists to investigate why these planes are falling out of the sky. No. Congestion pricing about some damn a tax, a toll, the price of tolls. This is what happened when you want a king instead of a leader. When, white folk, are y'all gonna listen to black people? I'm here to tell you. No, Kamala Harris would not have been perfect because nobody is. Everybody is flawed. But what I can guarantee, and I don't know this woman from a can of paint, but I can guarantee you she never would have referred to herself as the queen because she understands politics, political science, democracy. Well, you wanted a king, MAGA. How's that feeling for you now that some of y'all's food stamps have been cut? Huh? How's it feeling that some of you all have lost your jobs? MAGA, white Trump evangelical Christians, white nationalists. How's this working out for you? You got to stop running from the inevitable. One day, you're going to have to trust God's people, God's chosen, who are black folk. And you're going to have to stop trying to hurt us. The reason, see, Satan does not work at hurting people who are not a threat to him. If black people were not a threat, your ancestors would not have worked so hard to make us feel like we ain't shit. But because you know we are shit, and we are the shit, you've lied to us all our lives to make us feel like we're not. And you put systems in place to try to stop us. But as you see, we rise. So you wanted a king. Congratulations. You have your narcissistic, uninformed, unintelligent, illiterate, orange king.